Hey, this is Life with Shauna Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is called Stalked for 5 Years. So someone out there was stalking this young lady for 5 years. That's so sad. Now, you comment below how you would feel if that would happen to you. Let's watch the video.
Get ready with me while I tell you the story of how I was stalked for 5 years. So of course, as usual, I'm gonna give you guys a backstory. So I was born in Ireland, but I moved to the UK in 2015. As soon as I got to this high school, there was a boy in my high school who was absolutely obsessed with me. He was in my year as well. Have some tea, okay? He was fake age. I wasn't feeling the same way. I was not into him. I was not attracted to him. I had no interest in him, absolutely nothing whatsoever. For the whole of those 5 years, he never said a word to me, but he did everything else under the sun. I'm gonna tell you guys how it started. He told his friend to tell me that he had a crush on me. Obviously, his friend came and told me, and I told his friend that I don't like him. So then from that point on, he stalked me for the whole 5 years of high school and even after high school. So the first thing he did, after we finished school, I would do my curricular activities such as sports. He did no activities, he did no sports. He would wait for me outside of the school gates until I finished my sports, and he would follow me home. When I moved to the UK, I moved houses 3 times, and each and every single time he found out where I lived, he would follow me to my home. At first, I didn't know he was following me until one day when I finished my sports after school, I saw him waiting. I was like, who is he waiting for? All his friends are gone. There's no one for him to wait for. As I was walking home, I see him walking behind me. He didn't live anywhere where I lived. I was like, yeah, he's following me. He already knew where I lived, so even if I went in a different direction, he would still know that I'm not going home, because he knows where I live. And in school, he would never ever speak to me. Instead, what he would do, he would get his friends to talk to me, send messages from him by giving it to his friends to give to me. And he knew that I didn't like him. He knew I didn't have any interest in him. He knew all of these things, but he still continued to try to pursue me. And I realized he was following me home and stalking me. I had told the teachers in my school, and of course, if you watched my story time about how I got into the fight with those girls at school, you would know that the teachers at my school were absolutely useless. And so when I told the teachers, they said there's nothing they can do. It's not their problem, basically. He's following me home every day after school, and there's just nothing I could do about it. It got to the point where I was asking my dad to pick me up after school because I was like, I don't want to walk home when I know someone's following me. What could he do? Along with him following me home, there was also something else. Man, this was just crazy. One of my old houses, there was a park behind my house. I remember one day, I looked outside my window at the park and I saw him. He wasn't just chilling at the park. Imagine this is my house, the park is here. Looking at him from the window, you would think he's standing right in front of me. That's how close the park was. And that's how close he was to my house. And when he saw me see him see me, I've never seen no one behave like this before. He started doing flips. I remember this so vividly. He started doing cartwheels, flips, roly-polies. He was just throwing himself all over the grass. You know when animals do all those mating dances to try to get the other animal to mate with them? That's basically what he was doing. I was just looking at him I watched him for maybe 2 minutes. I was just baffled. I have video evidence of this. I don't want to expose his identity. He would come to the park behind my house almost every day, do flips and tricks and stuff in the grass to try and impress me. It got to the point where I just started closing my blinds so he wouldn't be able to look in the house and see me. And then one day he stopped coming, so then I started opening my blinds again. And the next thing you know, he shows up again out of nowhere at the park. I remember one time he brought a scooter to the park. He was doing tricks on the scooter, and he would look in my window to see if I was looking at him, all that weird shit. Trying to court me, basically. So getting to maybe year 10, I start using social media more actively. I guess you can guess what I'm about to say. He found my social media. He would continue to spam text me every single day on every social media account I had. But he would never ever speak to me in school. It was Instagram the most he would text me on. He'd always DM me saying hi, 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 hi. I would block his account every single day, and every single day he would make a new account. I remember one time he sent me an invite to his birthday party. Of course I didn't freaking go. He sent me a really long paragraph one time confessing his love for me. I just blocked it. Not only would he follow me home, not only would he come to the park and stand outside my house, he would also text my social media, spam text me, just do the most. So then obviously when he found my social media, I told the teachers once again, and They did nothing because they're useless. He would even text my friends asking about me. He would spam their phone. And you know what's so funny as well? Every social media account he made, he always went by the name of he always went by the name of Chris Brown. Every social media, it was always Chris Brown. So obviously I knew who it was every time like I got a follow from Chris Brown. Not only was he obsessed with me, he was obsessed with Chris Brown as well. Even outside of school, he would still find like where I was. So if I went out with my friends or if I went out with like my family, he would always pop out of nowhere. Like I felt like I was really living the TV show You. There was one time he actually came to my house. He knocked on my door and I opened the door not knowing who it was, and I saw him. He didn't say a word. He didn't say anything. He was just standing there. I was just standing there. We were just looking at each other like. And then the next day, I once again reported it to school. School did nothing.
This is why you need to tell your parents, so your parents can do harassment charges on him for stalking you. This is crazy. Now, like, if, like, my opinion on this matter is that, like, it makes you feel like you can't trust anyone, and it's because you are being stalked and uncomfortable. Like, there should have been a plan in place or something, or at least an officer to talk to him about constantly, like, harassing you and stalking you and all kinds of things like that. If this happened to you, what would you do? Comment below. This is Life with Shauna Renee, and I'm out. Bye.